From Buffy the Vampire Slayer, please welcome back to our show, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Ever.
Aw, thank you.
This is the comfiest, cutest dress. It's such a, it's a frock.
It's a frock. Well, you know, when you're cooking, it's like you want to be comfortable, but you still want to look cute, so it's, you know.
You know, my mom and I call these like something that's loose and comfy in the kitchen. We call them meatball rollers.
This is my meatball roller. It's actually when I was shopping in the store, I was like, looks like a meatball roller dress.
How have you been?
I've been great. It's so exciting. It's like, it's really learning a whole new side of life.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, today is the 1 year, so it's sort of like a birthday party of your business, Foodstirs.
Yes.
1 year. And I think this is the first place. It was the first place.
The first time I ever cooked on live television was here. And let me tell you something, cooking on live television is very different than cooking in your house.
But congratulations, like the brand in just 1 year, it's now in like mainstream grocery stores. I heard it's in Whole Foods
It's in
now.
Whole Foods, yeah, across the street. I mean, I'm just gonna come here for affirmation. You know, it just goes to show that the idea that we had, which is, you know, everybody loves to bake, everybody wants sweet treats, but we've been in this forced loyalty with these brands that have ingredients that we don't want. And why isn't there an option that's easy? Because baking, you know, it had this like.
That's right. There really was a niche to be filled.
Yeah, there is. You know, it doesn't have to have all those horrible ingredients. There's no need for dyes and coloring, and you can be creative and have that outlet and make it simple and affordable.
I mean, those are all the things that I believe in as, you know, as a brand as well. Affordable and accessible, and quality of ingredients is the most important thing. You have to know what you're putting in your family.
It's been really interesting, and I think that, you know, obviously, there's this thing called the internet. I think you guys have probably heard of it, that even if it's not necessarily locally accessible, we're aware of ingredients. And
that's right.
We have things like biodynamic sugar and, you know, fair exchange cocoa, and really like getting in and finding out what those better ingredients are and figuring out how to deliver it. And what's interesting is it really changes the taste. And
absolutely,
I think that's why,
it does, right?
That's why we're really seeing this movement of people really wanting to cook and bake on their own. And I think baking also sometimes people thought was tricky. Like, oh, I can cook, but I can't bake because it's too scientific. It's too.
It's two different sides of the brain. It's true.
And how do we make it so that it's easy and accessible and easy to do? And I joke because, you know, Instagram is only for cats and food, right?
That's right.
And I'm allergic to cats, so I had to have something to post on Instagram. So I was like, okay, I got to learn how to make like food that I can post so that.
So your kids are 4 and 7 now. Are they cookers or bakers?
They are, they're both. You know, my husband is a chef. He has this cookbook. I think it's right there.
It's right here. Back to the kitchen.
Available now.
And you wrote the foreword, and
it's
a family affair, this book.
You know, that's what's been so interesting about, I say it's sort of like my second chapter in life, which is when you have kids, you want to have a life where you can be more accessible to them. God, I use that word a lot. But where you can really be home and be present and not be on a set 18 hours a day.
And that's the thing with kids, getting them to improve their nutrition has to be...
You have to involve them.
You have to put their hands on it.
When it's, you know, for young children, it's fine and gross motor skills, it's math, it's science, it's vocabulary, but more importantly, it's connections.